Jordan Spurgeon here alongside Duce Robinson at Pinnacle High School. And Duce, you've had a pretty busy summer, so how you hanging in there and just kind of easing into the football season now?
Yeah, it was a fun summer. We traveled a lot, stayed pretty busy, which, I wouldn't have it any other way. But it's super nice to be back in the football season. I'm ecstatic to be back.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about just everything you accomplished in baseball this summer. I mean, I've just seen so many highlight clips all over Twitter. You're at the area code games, Under Armour All-American, one of only 3 now for football and baseball. I mean, what was it like playing baseball just, the last few months and really excelling?
Playing baseball my whole life. I love baseball. I love playing it. It was a lot of fun. I have a love for the game that's almost unmatched, But yeah, it was a really fun summer in baseball.
What was the best memory for you? Like, was there a time when you're stepping on any of those stadiums, any of those fields, where you were just like, "Whoa, this is really, really cool"?
It kind of just hits you every game you play. You're playing in all these different events and stuff, and every time you kind of just take a breath and look around, and it's kind of surreal.
Yeah. Who were some of the guys, like I know there's other guys around here, Rock Shalowski at Hamilton, you might have played against a lot in summer in baseball and stuff, but who are some of the guys you've gotten close with throughout that experience that you've really gotten to know so far?
So Rock, me and him have always been pretty close. He's a UCLA guy, probably going to be a draft pick, so he's definitely a good friend to have. Played with him a lot. A bunch of other guys, but he's one of the main guys that is the two sports. He's both on the football and baseball circuit. So yeah, playing with him has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I gotta ask too, because as someone who used to play both sports, this is an intriguing question to me. What's something that gets you going more, mossing somebody on the football field or just cranking a home run, no doubt off the bat? Like, which one's more surreal?
I've thought about this question a couple different times, and it's it's just two different feelings, kind of. It's both feelings are some of the best feelings in the world, in my opinion. But yeah, I would say kind of just depends on what you're in, what kind of mindset you're in. Both of them are pretty cool, though.
It's a little bit of a cheap answer, but we'll take it unless you want to, on the spot, say one.
See, I'm not really sure if I can say one. Both of them is just, they're both such great feelings.
Yeah. What's it like now just being back out on the football field and getting ready for your senior season here at Pinnacle and just kind of putting baseball on the shelf for the next few months?
Football is one of those sports where you're waiting the whole year to play. You're waiting for 9 months out of the year to play, hopefully play 3 months out of the year. It's what you're working towards. You're in the gym almost every day. You're out on the field, running routes, working on different things every single day for 9 months straight. So being back out here, it's one of the most fun times of the year, and I just can't wait.
Yeah. I got to ask, too, I was, looking through Twitter. I've seen somebody out there put some comparisons out there for you with both sports. I know you might have mentioned it, Darren Waller for football, Aaron Judge for the Yankees. But, I mean, do you compare yourself at all to anybody, or you're just Duce Robinson, you're out here doing your thing?
Yeah, to have those comparisons labeled on me, it's a blessing. It makes me feel pretty special because those are two of the greatest players in both sports. So for them to compare me to them as a senior in high school, it's definitely really cool. I look up to a couple guys. I look up to Devontae Adams, in my opinion, probably the best receiver in the league. But Travis Kelce, guys like that. But to be honest, I kind of just try to go out there and be myself, do everything to the best of my abilities, and hopefully one day I'll be able to be the one getting compared to someone else,
Who is Duce Robinson away from sports? I was talking to a lot of people on the sidelines. I've talked to Eric Sorensen here at Sports 60 AZ, and they have a lot to say about just who you are as a person, and you're the guy that does the extra things. You're around making people happy, but, who is Duce Robinson away from sports?
I would say Duce Robinson's kind of to himself. He loves being around people, but when he's alone, he tries to take his rest pretty seriously. I love watching movies. love being around friends, like I said, but nah, I love my dog, love my brothers, love swimming. So, kind of just try to have fun in my spare time.
I got to go back to the movies. What are the go-tos?
I think the Star Wars franchise is undefeated. I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
There we go.
Yo.
Which ones? Which ones are the best?
Attack of the Clones is my personal favorite.
Ooh, okay.
That scene when they're in the stadium for
Right.
like 40 minutes. I think that's one of the greatest scenes in movies in general. But yeah, no, I'm a huge Star Wars junkie.
Okay, good. I am too. I used to do a Star Wars podcast even at one point when I was in college and got away with it. Revenge of the Sith though, probably a little better.
Revenge of the Sith guy?
Yeah,
Yeah, I could definitely respect that. I could for sure respect that.
Every time you watch, you're just hoping that Anakin doesn't turn, and
doesn't
he
turn.
does,
Yep.
unfortunately.
And it's heartbreaking every time.
Yeah, every single
Every
time.
time
I literally
it's
just watched it the
heartbreaking.
other day. Yeah. So you talked about movies and stuff. Now I want to talk about just a little bit of the chemistry on this team. So who are some of the guys that get everybody going? Like who's on aux? Who's the hype man? Are you one of them?
Yeah, I feel like we have a bunch of leaders at a bunch of different positions. We've got guys who lead by what they do and their actions on the field, and we've got guys who they lead just by example. They don't do a lot of talking. They're not really vocal leaders, but the way they work in the weight room and stuff, you can just tell that they want to shine. And there's honestly so many guys that I'm not even sure if I can name all of them. But there's the obvious answers. We got Miles who, I would say he probably keeps everyone together. He's the glue that keeps everyone together. He's super vocal, gets everyone going. We've got Elijah. Everyone just looks up to him kind of. He's a leader. He does his thing out on the field. He doesn't have to say a lot to the guys for them to want to follow him. Then our last captain, Brady Pons, he's another guy, super quiet, but one of the hardest workers I know. So those are the other three captains. I would say those are probably the most guys. We've got guys like Jadeem Birthright, one of our DBs. He's kind of the hype man of the group. He's always on the music and stuff. But no, there's so many leaders on this team. I'm super excited to see what we can do because of that. We're super fortunate to have so many guys who want to be great this year.
So when I'm patrolling the sidelines, I obviously immediately notice you and Caleb as just the guys that are just so big out there on the sidelines. But I got to ask, because I know he's got some weight on you, but who puts down more food?
Sheesh. I'm an eater, but the way he eats, he can throw down. He can throw down, and I think I can put down a little bit, but nah, he can throw down.
So if there was, a large pizza, are you eating it faster at least, or is he's still going to beat you there?
I think I would be able to get through like half of it faster, but I feel like he would be able to pace himself a little bit. I would probably get through half of it and just have to tap out. I think he would be smarter about it and probably pace himself and be able to get it down a little bit faster.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining me, Duce.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.